Their aura is unequal.
Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Or whatever. And they told me to make it a little more raspy, and I follow directions.
Their contents are legendary.
In fact, that little sheet you see is his concept drawing.
Their attitude is embraced. Tune in to one of the most up and rising kaiju-sized groups within our community. So go ahead and watch all of their creative content, including that of the Raw Attitude live interview, where they have special guests ranging from actors, directors, toy creators, artists, and many, many more. You can also find them on multiple of other social media platforms, ranging from Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. You could even sit back and watch your favorite classic monster movie and even watch us go through one of the most iconic games on Twitch. Featuring your hosts, Eric Stowe, Adrian Settle, Joe Myers, Samson West, Jordan Adorno. They are the Monsters with Attitude.
Heyo, what is going on, Monsters with Attitude family? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Raw. We are down a few members, as you can see. We're kind of the two horsemen here going on, the Twin Towers or the Brothers of Destruction, whatever you want to call it.
Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah, it's too sweet, baby. It's too sweet. So we're here to talk about any kind of news that has gone on the last couple of weeks. We've been gone for a couple of weeks. A lot of the MWA family went to G-Fest, had an amazing time, had so much fun meeting up again in person. It's so different than, doing this online, which online is great. You do get to connect with a lot of people that you would never, have the chance to before, but just that interaction, that meeting people always is just awesome, and it's so special, and it's just heartfelt. So but Jordan, what's going on, man? Thank you for being in here with me and being a real one, son.
Listen, they don't call me the realest Goji fan for nothing. Nah, dude, listen, today I've been good, man. Hopefully we get a new viewer in. My buddy Lewis from work actually subscribed to us today. He absolutely loves the content. We had a smooth day today at work, which is rare. So being here just makes it a lot better, so I'm excited.
Dude, absolutely. Oh man. And honestly, like this kind of thing, even though we've been gone for a few weeks, there hasn't been like a whole hell of a lot of news to really report and talk about. So honestly, we've been kind of talking in the back there, and if you guys have any questions, if you have any news that you guys want to talk about, please put them in the comments and let's talk about them. I mean, we talk about a plethora of things, from comic books to movies in general, to Godzilla, to Ultraman, to anime, to, all of this stuff. Is there anything that's on your guys' mind that you kind of want us to kind of talk about and kind of give our opinions about? We would love to hear it, honestly. There was some things that has gone on for news-wise, especially for X Plus, and some love for the Guardian of the Universe himself, which is really exciting that we're getting a reissue of the 30-centimeter Gamera 1995. And then they also announced right after that they're actually doing a X Plus vinyl Gauss from 95, which is based off of the Monster Maker 28 kit, which is insane because I bought the kit. I got it painted by Marcellus Winters, which is absolutely unbelievable and just phenomenal. So I love that. What do you think? Are you going to get on this? Do you have a 95 Gamera, or are you a fan of that? Are you going to grab these in any way? Like, what do you think of them doing that?
Listen, Eric, I don't know what Gamera introduced you to the Gamera franchise, but for me it was 95. I remember my dad screaming my name while I was in my room. He's like, Jordan! I thought I was in trouble, dude. So then he goes, turn on channel 51. It was a sci-fi channel. And that's when I came across Gamera Guardian of the Universe. How many collectibles that I have pertaining to the movie, I'm not too sure. I do own a good chunk of 95 Gameras, but believe it or not, I don't own a lot of Gauss figures in my collection. So the only X Plus that I do own are a few of like the older vintage X Plus USA Toys R Us exclusives. I don't know. I have them of Jiger, Zigra, Virus, a few other Gameras, but the only like official X Plus property that I own of Gamera was their 90. I think their most recent 99. I can't remember which one it was. It was the Dai Kaiju series 99, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The 25 centimeter.
Yes. That one. But I mean, we talk about Gamera so much in this channel and how much we feel like he deserves to have the exact same acknowledgement as to what Godzilla, Kong, and Ultraman have been getting. So if this is leadway to basically spread the word of Gamera, I will do my best to try to spread that word, even if it means acquiring these two. And I love how Gauss looks. I did kind of thought that this was inspired by a model kit because I believe I did come across the actual kit first. So seeing how Gauss looks is pretty intense. So that's what reeled me into maybe possibly getting both of the figures as a set. But yeah. It's
I agree with you. There isn't, especially for the Heisei, there's not a lot of Gauss stuff. Like we have the Bandais, but that's about it. And recently we are getting those Crane Game little super deformed guys. Like we are getting those. We are seeing a little bit more love for Gamera. I mean, it is his 60th anniversary this year, which is pretty crazy. So we should be seeing more of that stuff. So maybe that's why they're doing this. But I do like, and I hate now. I hate and like when they reissue stuff, because when you get something that is so hard to find, you feel accomplished. You feel happy. You are like, yes, I have one, and a lot of people don't. And then all of a sudden, the next day, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna reissue this one for everybody to get real easy. Like, it's like, dude, I just fought tooth and nail for this, and now you're just like giving it to people.
I get it.
I like I said, but I love that other people get a chance to get it. Obviously we want to have people buy that stuff, consume, and gets them to know that us collectors, us fans are looking for that stuff, that want that stuff. So I get it, but like, man, like when you were just fighting tooth and nail and you finally get one and then they do that, it just kind of deflates you a little bit. So but the Gauss is huge. This is the first ever like lifelike, screen accurate figure that we're going to be getting for Gauss from Heisei. There has been really nothing. There has been the X Plus like blister figures of these guys, but even those still aren't very detailed and like really screen accurate, like that a lot of us really like and kind of resonate to, honestly. So this is a big deal, and I'm actually even contemplating me getting up the vinyl Gauss, so I have a vinyl and a resin, because I already have the Gamera and everything. So I don't know, just kind of weigh in my options here.
Okay. Yeah, now listen, dude, I feel the exact same way. To some people like myself who came a little late in the X Plus game, it can become beneficial to those who have been dying and have had the urge to want to be able to acquire the original figures. So to get a reissue is pretty dope. But oh my God, I only think about you, Adrian, and Samson with that Gigan.
It'll
Dude,
always be a thorn, dude. Always be a thorn in the side.
with that, I also understand the frustration because I would feel, dude, I'd feel the exact same way. And mind you, I passed on the Gigan. Not that I didn't find it like something I wanted because it looks beautiful. I just at the time I had funds, portraying to other things. So hence the reason why I didn't get it. But yeah, dude, it's definitely a double-edged sword when it comes down to the reissues. But nonetheless, these look absolutely amazing. I'm hoping that, though we're still in the 60-year anniversary gap of, celebrating Gamera, I want to see a well put together and a good one at that, an X Plus Iris. Not that. I mean,
you didn't like the 20? You didn't like the 25?
So I've only seen so much negative feedback pertaining to that specific 20 centimeter Iris figure, and I'm like, damn, what's with all the hate? Coming from somebody that only at the time owned one Iris figure, and it was from the blister pack from X Plus.
Oh yeah.
And that figure, mind you, I bought it secondhand. It was trash. Hence the reason why I got rid of it. I ended up getting it to one of my best friends here that lives in Connecticut. But it was just a placeholder for something that I was looking for better in the future. So when I saw that X Plus was going to be doing the 20 centimeter Iris, I was like, hold on, this looks crazy. Now, before I even dive into purchasing those type of things, because at the time I was just getting into Bai, I was watching reviews, and there was not a lot of positive feedback. And I was like, wow. And then I would go, even to this day, I will go on Bai, and Iris, that specific figure, will always pop in at such a cheap, reasonable price. And I'm like, wow. People are just really trying to get rid of it. Who knows? I might get it, specifically the Rick, because I do like the glow effects on that one.
Dude, yes.
So, but I don't know if they could do one where it's just where it doesn't have to rely on like bendy wire gimmicks, and it's just Iris looking like a freaking menace as to how he was depicted in the Revenge of Iris. I would definitely gun for that, and of course, I would like for it to be bigger as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think if they did a 30, I think people would like it more. But I get what you're saying. There was a lot of mixed feelings about that particular release. I myself have it. I actually wish I did get the Rick because the light up looks phenomenal. And same thing with like the Legion. Like, I wish I went Rick on her also because the light up just looks amazing. Now, I get the mixed feelings for that particular figure, but it's really not that bad. The sculpt is still great. I get the bendable wire tentacles. I get that. They send a droop and everything, and then how you have to put them in, they don't stay in there very well. So the engineering of the figure, I don't think was done to the best of its ability, honestly. Yeah. But overall, the figure is pretty nice. I just have the standard, and it's still a good guy. Like, if they came up 30 centimeter, I mean, I would be all for that. But I mean, let's be honest, those tentacles would be like
all
a foot, 2 feet long. Like, they'd be all over the place, So I think that's kind of why they scaled it down to just the 25 centimeter. But Wonder had a question: will the FSL Gauss scale well with the 30? Yes. I have the 30 centimeter X Plus Gamera, and I have the actual kit of the MM28 Gauss, and they scale very well. And honestly, the Gauss is a little bit big, but that's because he's a kit, and he does have more height to him. When they go into vinyl, they do lose some of that height, so he should come down and fit just nicely with the Gamera. So, yeah, it should be just fine for that one. Wonder also said that I hope they also release a Deathloop 95 Gauss. The Gamera Deathloop are some of the best in the line. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Those sculpts are tremendous. Better than some of the Gigantics and 30s and 25s. Like, they're just, those things are just leaps and bounds.
The attention to detail is insane, dude.
Hey, looks like your friend Colin is here.
Oh, boy, Colin, what's going on, brother? I haven't seen you here in a while. What's going on,
man? What's up, Alex? Consumed toys, consumed. Yeah, Prilosec. Oh gosh, I guess we should run through everybody who's here since we haven't yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back up here. Nathaniel, of course. Always can rely on him. Hi, did you guys see Superman? I loved it. I love it. How it's a caring, friendly, happy, nerdy, sometimes dorky farm kid who's trying to help people. That is what Superman truly is to me. Love MWA. Hot take, Nathaniel. Haven't seen it. I will not see it. Yeah. Man.
We are literally
the
only two that make it known between Joe, Samson, and Adrian how we would literally shit on this movie. Now listen, if it's not, Eric knows this, if it's not Henry Cavill or Christopher Reeves, there is no Superman in my opinion, other than those two. And we could deep dive into that a little bit more later on, because I do know that Adrian and Samson have gone to see the movie and they've been dying to see the movie. Ironic enough, one of my coworkers actually went to go see the movie, and he didn't go see the movie. We were talking about it, and all he heard was just positive things about it. Even when we went to GFS, dude, we've heard it from multiple other people how this movie was praised in a sense, but nonetheless, I don't think it's enough for us to be like, let me invest our money into this ticket, you know?
Yep.
Yeah,
I will. The first time I ever watched this movie, it will be on a free streaming service that I own, and that is it. I will keep it at that. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm not on board on that Superman movie.
Yeah, so. Same.
Michael, what's going on? Thanks for joining. DJC, heyo. Yeah, I see that you got a new profile picture, so rock on. Brandon, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. Jake Hambrick, what's going on, man? Good to see you at G-Fest. Hey, Adrian, I'm just speaking truth, okay? We just speaking truth here, you know. Just our own opinions here, you know. Everybody can love their own Superman. It's just, that's right. We're just not eating that cake, okay?
Yeah, it's spoiled.
DJ making chili fries and chili dogs. Well, hey, there you go. You better warn everybody and warn that bathroom, because you were going to destroy that thing in like a matter of hours. So maybe you can watch this episode on rewatch here and give you something to do while you're doing it. Colin, just waiting for Clayface that has potential. Oh, were they talking about Clayface being in the new Batman film? And everything. Is that what you're talking about, Colin? Where I've seen, is it that, or are they talking about doing their own film of Clayface, its own solo film? I can't remember. Let me know, Alex. Christopher Reeves, the pinnacle of live action Superman, and in my opinion, a real life dude. I mean, you ain't wrong. Joe, what's going on? Taking care of baby Theo. Absolutely. My Superman was dead. I'm assuming Dean Cain.
Yep.
When I was a kid, Tom Welling in Smallville when I was a teen, and Henry Cavill as an adult. I'll be honest, I don't really care for the other Supermans. Wow. Absolutely. That's, it's hard when you're dead set on something and you like something and you grow up with something. It's hard to transition to something else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I get it. I get it. It is what it is. Clayface is getting a solo. Okay, so I saw info about it, but I didn't know if it was actually a solo movie or if it was actually throwing him into the new Batman film. Rated R horror movie.
Oh.
DJ said you guys are looking forward to the new Fantastic Four this Friday. I am, but I don't know how fast I'll go watch it. Fantastic Four was one of my favorite superhero teams as a kid. I went and saw the other 3, if you could call it 3, films of the Fantastic Four. And the first one, the absolute first one, I was young. I loved it as a kid, but as I got older, I was like, oh, I don't like that one that much anymore. And then the third one, we just don't even speak of the third one. That's just, the first time I watched it, I was like, what did I just watch? Like, what is this? Like, this is terrible. So, but I'm trying to be optimistic about it. I really am, but we'll see. We'll see how they execute it and how it's well. I think the casting is great.
Yeah.
Everybody that they casted, I think will fit. At least they have the Thing, Ben Grimm, looking like the actual Thing, from like old comic books. So that's really awesome. So I'm staying skeptical, but high hopes for it. So.
Okay.
Joe, absolutely, it's nostalgia and what got us into the genre. So we'll always be biased. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But as long as we're willing to take other people's opinions and listen to them and not just cut them off, which we do here. We love hearing people's opinions, even though if it's different and, we aren't on the same page, we can still hear each other out and actually understand where we're coming from and be okay with it at the end of the day. We're not gonna gatekeep here in any way. If you love something, if you love the new Superman, love the new Superman. Maybe that's your Superman. If you love Godzilla Final Wars, that's your movie, Final Wars. That's okay. Maybe it's not someone else's bread and butter. So, Wander says, just like everyone has their James Bond, now everyone has their Superman. Or absolutely, that's a perfect one because we've had so many James Bonds. And honestly, I didn't get into James Bonds until Daniel Craig. Like that was like my first James Bond movie was Casino Royale, and that is by far my favorite James Bond movie is Casino Royale, man. That is. But I did go down the train and down the rabbit hole of watching the James Bonds, and I haven't watched them all, never got to finish them all, but some are good, some are bad, kind of thing. But do you watch James Bond at all? Do you watch?
Never seen a single movie of James Bond.
Really?
Never seen, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
I know like a while back we were talking like individually on our chat about what movie franchises that we watched, and I think one of them that we talked about that I did end up watching and I did enjoy was for the very first time about a year ago, it was Men in Black.
Oh, really?
I had a field trip with those movies. I was just mind blown. The only one I didn't watch was the newer one with Thor. I just felt like nah, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna reel me in.
Yeah.
I just put that to the side, but everything else I did enjoy watching. It takes a lot for me to want to get into a franchise that doesn't specifically, capture the likeness of what I'm known for, whether if it's Godzilla, Ultra, or just anything of that realm that includes like a giant monster. So yeah, I never touched anything James Bond related.
Wow. Well, maybe one day you will. You just never know. You just.
This is how he got me with Men in Black, everyone. So
I'm just saying,
might be onto something.
I'm just saying the Daniel Craig ones are so good, so good. Stories are good, action is phenomenal. Like, just saying, just put in Casino Royale and call me in the morning, okay? Like,
okay.
take your medicine, call me in the morning, and let me know what you think.
I'll have that in the back of my head somewhere.
Yeah. I'll text Michelle. I'm like, Michelle.
Stop,
daily reminder, get Jordan to watch this movie. I know you're kryptonite, don't you worry.
No way, dude. I'm trapped.
I know. You're done. You're done, man. Alex, I don't care much for Cavill either. I like Cavill, but give me Reeves and or the animated series Superman 2 from the 90s during the Batman animated series. All right. Absolutely. Joe, I'm very cautiously optimistic. They better do Galactus right. Well said, because that he is just not just a regular villain, dude. This guy is top villains of the Marvel universe, so they can't drop the ball on him whatsoever. The Tim Stories Fantastic Four was one of my childhood superhero movies. Oh, sorry. Colin, can we get an animation of Ultraman versus Galactus like in the Ultraman X Avengers comic? One can only hope that. I mean, there's so many people out there that are so talented that could probably throw that together and make it awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even need these big time studios anymore. Like people can just do that stuff at their homes. So Joe, Final Wars is the bomb. Fight me. Oh yeah, we know. Joe also said Pierce Brosnan was mine. Hey, Pierce is another one that is pretty dang good. So Alex Joe saying Pierce Brosnan was my Bond and forever my Bond. Yep. Wonder liked Timothy Dalton is my favorite. Okay. I haven't watched any of the Timothy Dalton ones yet. I really haven't. So on my to-do list. From Russia with Love is my fave 007.
Oh my god, so much James Bond conversation.
Hey, see, we just hit a vein here that we were like, James Bond, let's go.
Holy crap. Okay.
DC DJC loves James Men in Black, sorry. Yeah, the newest one is Men in Black International with Thor, as you said. What about Mission Impossible, Jordan? Are you a Mission Impossible fan? Holy, do you like any action films?
If it doesn't have a giant monster in it, no. I'm telling you, dude, like, there's so much people give me crap on. I do not like Star Wars. I've tried to get into it. Can't get into it. Lord of the Rings. And dude, you know what was crazy? I sat down. I was with a group of friends, and they praised the Lord of the Rings. They praised The Hobbit, and I watched every freaking movie. Okay. And I literally looked at them to the left. I looked at the other to the right. And I told them, you guys just wasted my entire time. I'm going to order myself a pizza to make me feel a little bit better.
Wow.
I will say The Hobbit pertaining to like Smaug's story. That's his name, right? Smaug?
Smaug, yeah.
Yeah, so that caught my eye. But it's a giant freaking talking dragon. So I'm like, oh shoot. But dude, it can't. I can't get over it. I can't, grasp it. People look at me like, dude, even you guys, how I feel with superheroes and stuff like that. Like we were just talking about Superman and stuff like that. And I told you guys my preference of who I would depict as a Superman. And I don't even watch or like live up to anything superhero related. I don't stay up to date with content. If it has something to do with Godzilla and the crossovers, then yeah. But other than that, no, it's just.
Wow.
Okay. I'm sorry. I can't. Wow. Even the original animated series of the X-Men, didn't watch it. Didn't watch the newer one that came out. Nope. Bro, no.
Dude. Come on.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry, man. Fun fact. I hate the Looney Tunes. Never
I'm
watched
okay
it.
with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I grew up with it, but it is. It's not like I ever loved it.
Never
It
watched
was just
it.
around.
Every time it was on TV, it just irked me because that's not what I wanted to watch. And same thing with Tom and Jerry. Same thing with like, just like those type of cartoons back in the day.
Yeah.
And then later on, like the Flintstones, the Jetsons, nothing like that. Nobody hurt me, Joseph. It just doesn't pertain to giant monsters to me.
Yeah. Who are?
That's DJC, same thing with Star Trek, dude. Like I do not touch that, dude.
Jordan, I don't think I've ever had as little respect for someone as I do with you now. Lord of the Rings is amazing.
I can't get into it, dude.
Oh, you know, baby Jesus.
Hey, listen, it's in my middle name, so wherever I go, Jesus is always with me.
Oh my goodness. All right. Colin, 007, Indiana Jones, and Godzilla are the films I grew up watching on family movie nights when I was little. Praise Blockbuster Video for all of them. Oh, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely. I honestly miss going to a video store and just walking around for like an hour, 2 hours, just walking around, just looking at all the movies, and then you could do that the whole time, and then I don't even end up grabbing one, but it was just like, oh yeah, just I was just kind of messing around, especially like Family Video. Was around my area, and they're open till like, what were they open to, like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock, like super late, so people could come in and grab stuff if they're drinking or doing whatever, and oh man, it was so fun to just go there and there's nobody there and you're just kind of walking around, and I do miss it. I do miss doing that.
Dude, that was a good time, man. Fun fact, that's how I came across Reptilicus for the first time.
There you go.
Reptilian at that. Not Reptilicus. I meant to say Reptilian.
Oh, Reptilian. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it, and this was at Hollywood Video, so they actually had like the DVD cover of it and everything, and I'm like, "Ooh, Papi, I want this one." So he would freaking, we'd go through, register, run it out and stuff like that. And I know my folks had a hard time watching that movie and just having to sit down and just bear with me enjoying it. But it was a good time, man. Yeah. I remember when Hollywood Videos closed down in my hometown, they had, Eric, did you guys have a Hollywood Video?
Oh yeah, at one point. Oh yeah, we did.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So there was, I don't know if every Hollywood Video was displayed like this, but did you guys have like the Walk of Fame display on the floor?
I don't believe so.
So mine's had that. And the guy that was there, like, close to like, its final days of shutting down, he would always ring us out for like Godzilla stuff, kaiju, and Digimon, wrestling, all that stuff. So he was already familiar with what we would normally try to get.
Yeah.
So they were taking the place apart, and in one of the towels on the floor, because it was a Walk of Fame display, they had Godzilla on it.
Oh.
He goes, all right, listen. So obviously we're shutting down. If you come at this time and this day, I don't know if I'm gonna be on the schedule because of everything, closing and shutting down, but I would suggest coming on this day and this time. I will give you the tile of Godzilla.
Wow.
And the dude never showed up. He was never on the schedule to work, man. But that was, oh man, that was a childhood. I did come back with a few DVDs and video games and stuff like that for a bargain. But what a time to be alive, man.
Yeah, that was some good stuff. And even when they were closing, I went to try and buy the Godzilla VHSs and whatever, but unfortunately I must have been too late because somebody must have got them all, and I left with nothing. I was like, oh, that sucks, so What's up, Christian? How did video with the game crazy on the side?
That was no pun intended. Crazy time.
Yeah, dude. DJ is asking, do you like horror films? Like Halloween, Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Scream? Do you like horror films at all? Oh, I'm going to take that as a no. Look at that's a no face right there. That is a no face, people. Okay, so far we are 0-30, so we are batting really bad right now. Okay, so
DJC, this past Halloween, my fiance sat me down to watch Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, she couldn't get me into it. I will say though, I don't know if you consider this horror, despite it being made by what's his name, Stephen King, the guy who did It.
Yeah.
So he did a movie, and of course, you know, the author of the novelization of Cujo with the rabid dog.
Yeah.
Dude, I eat that movie up every time I see that on TV, or even if I see like on demand or any streaming site. That to me, that's my Halloween movie. Yeah. It's funny. Michelle can't even sit through and watch that movie, and I'm like, you could watch all these dementic ass characters, but not a rabid dog who just gets shot in the freaking head, and that's it. I can't watch it. Dude, like she freaking grabs me and tucks her head under my freaking armpit whenever she sees Cujo. I'm like, yo, you need to stop. It's not even that big of a deal. Calm down. This is Beethoven we're talking about. Calm down.
Do you are you ready for the Cujo remake?
Yes, I am scared though. And I think Eric, you would agree with most remakes that we get of classic movies, whether it be horror, comedy, you know, family friendly. It's either a hit or miss. I did enjoy the It movies, the recent ones, excluding the second one. So I mean, hopefully they do this movie justice. I hope they stick to the Saint Bernard being the depiction of Cujo, not make it into like a Doberman or a Rottweiler or even a pit bull. I'm like, oh, that's just too obvious. You know what I'm saying? So if they stick to the realm of it being a Saint Bernard, I would be okay with that. To, of course, pay homage to the movie and the book, but yeah, I'm scared, but I am also extremely excited.
Okay. Nathaniel, does Jordan even like himself? We question this all the time.
That's why I have these guys in my life to remind me of
how balance him.
Yeah, to restore balance.
Exactly. It is. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get back to the Wanderers. Like getting back to monsters, kaiju, dinos, something that maybe Jordan will like. Do you like Harryhausen movies or creations?
Yes. My favorite Harryhausen is The Valley of Gwangi. I eat that movie up every time I see it. That next to what was it? It came from 20,000 Miles from Earth or something like that. Ymir.
Oh yeah, Ymir.
Yeah. And of course, The Beast of 20,000 Fathoms. But there is a good collection of Harryhausen movies that I do like. I love stop motion. So seeing that, even his time doing the original Mighty Joe Young movie, I enjoyed that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Valley of Gwangi to me is goated, bro.
Nice. Well, good. I'm glad we found out that you don't like anything besides Godzilla and dinosaurs.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, everybody knows now. Don't ask him about anything else. It has to be those two topics. Otherwise, he's going to say no. So.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I mean, there is some other news that was dropped kind of, a couple days ago, actually. that is pertaining to Godzilla, and that is that there could be potentially, possibly, maybe rumblings in Toho that there might be a sequel film to a certain barbecued chicken looking, bacon smelling iteration of the Big G himself, Mr. Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What are your thoughts? Oh, I forgot. You hate Shin, don't you?
I hate that Shin was the predominant face of Godzilla for so long. And I think what made me really dislike Shin the most was finding out that we weren't getting a sequel after that freaking huge teaser at the end of the freaking movie.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I'm first and foremost, I'm surprised that we were informed of this late in the game for Shin, especially with -1 really making like a name for himself, if not just in Japan but also here in the States. I think really quick before I go into depth, I think what would make this movie really stand out is having Alan Henry on the movie.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Good to see you.
So yeah, if once Alan is in the movie, then the movie is already automatically winning an Oscar. Enough said. Right next to -1. But I mean, I would love to see the guys that worked on the first movie, of course, come back. Because there were a lot of neat concepts that they brought to this movie, making it, obviously more modernized, talking about, the problems of today's world. And so, I mean, of course, I feel like you can't make a sequel for Shin Godzilla and not have him go toe-to-toe with another gigantic foe that will live up to the possibilities of making this sequel a really good one. Who would I like to see Godzilla fight, or specifically Shin Godzilla? I don't know. Of course, we've had Shin Ghidorah from the Universal ride, or even if they just create something original, and of course, attach what happened at the end of the original movie onto the main story. But who knows? We'll see. I mean, screw it. More Godzilla is best Godzilla, so. It's good for the exposure. It's good for the name. Everybody here loves Shin Godzilla, including kids that only seen the movie one time. Like, oh, this is the best Godzilla of all time. I'm like, relax. But I am extremely curious.
So, Alan, saw your notification pop up while I'm on break. Hey, man, thanks for tuning in for even a brief minute, man. We miss you. Glad you liked the video, and oh man, yeah, it's. Hopefully everything is going well over there. Hopefully you're making a lot of movies. You're becoming a blockbuster movie star like we always thought you would.
With that profile pic, that alone speaks for itself.
For real. Mm-hmm, like, girl.
Looking suave.
But yeah, it's super surprising that they would do it. That they even remotely would want to do one now. Just because of the simple fact of the popularity and the positive response of -1. I don't know. I see it like a conflict of interest in some ways, because you're making -1 be the new face to take over for what Shin was for so many years. And now everybody loves -1. And, I get that they want to produce more Godzilla stuff, which is great. It's good for us, but I don't know. Like, you already have a serious Godzilla, then you're going to put out 2 serious Godzilla films, like, I don't know. And I don't see them doing an opponent against him, because let's face it, Shin is so powerful as it is. I don't know if anything would be realistic enough, I guess, or fit into that. I don't know. It would just be, I don't know if I see him fighting anybody, honestly.
Okay.
It would just be so weird, so different, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird time that they would do that and actually say that, because, minus one, number two, I guess you could say, is in works, is in progress. And I don't know. I see them kind of fighting each other, and I get it. Like I read something where, due to popular belief, we feel like, or we heard that minus one was $15 million US to make. Okay, which is, I think, less than that. I think even Yamazaki said that himself, where he was like, "Oh God, I wish it was $15 million," kind of thing. So we know that it's even less than $15 million.
Yep.
They never even told us exactly what it was. That's just an estimate. But I believe that they made over 115 million worldwide with just, minus one's release alone. So they made a killing with just that movie. And I don't know if they're just seeing more dollar signs and like, oh man, like people have asked for another Shin. Let's throw another Shin out there, and we're already producing another minus one. Let's just do that, I don't know that, or it's a beginning to Toho to take back over the license, and maybe the MonsterVerse stops after this new one, and maybe they're gonna go on and start producing more and more just Toho alone, because they realize, hey, like we can do all these films by ourselves and make money. We don't need all these other companies, all this other stuff. We can promote it ourselves, we can release it ourselves, and we can still make a lot of money. Maybe they're thinking that way, where after the MonsterVerse one, maybe they're done with the MonsterVerse, and that's all we get now. They'll strictly move the licensing to Toho themselves. I don't know. It's all assumption, but it's just weird that they would say that with the second minus one in production. So.
Yeah, I mean, even if Toho's taking back the throne to make another legacy of Godzilla movies, as to how they did, obviously, in the Showa, Heisei, Millennium, I am all for it, man. I forgot who mentioned it here, but somebody had yes, Nathaniel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would love to see. I mean, I would assume that's going to happen for minus Goji, but particularly for Shin, I would love to see him like just look like way more gruesome, evolved in a sense, for this sequel. I mean, with the minds of the creators in the original movie, they have such a unique way of thinking, whether if it's making a show or a movie. Shinichi Higuchi, this man is his brain needs to be studied, I swear to God. Just knowing his work with Evangelion, and of course,
oh yeah,
his work alongside the Gamera Heisei trilogy movies. Like I don't see I don't see this movie failing or being disappointed in any way, shape, or form. Even if they were to bring in another foe for Godzilla to fight in this Shin Godzilla sequel, I feel like the way how they would work up on it would be something that would, kind of make sense. It would be realistic. Hey, Alan said it, Shin Kong. Hey, I have freaking tentacles come out of his freaking back, just swatting and freaking deflecting all the freaking atomic beams off of freaking Shin Godzilla's back. Wait. DJC caught my eye.
What?
He also did Shin Ultraman, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, yeah.
Not that, Shin would probably fight Ultraman in this movie. I highly doubt it. But yeah, again, with the mind that this man has, I could see the possibilities of this going just beyond crazy. Calling it now, they are giving Shin a sequel. to kill.
Wait 1 second. Getting called back to set. Lovely to see you. Hey, Alan, thanks for chiming in, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
Go kill it, man, and do us proud.
Yes, man.
So, love you, buddy. Love you.
Love you too, man. Great that yo.
Yeah,
thank you for
coming on, man. Love it. Oh, shit.
Oh, wait.
Hold up, Wander. Hold up. You just struck a nerve right now, okay?
Oh, boy. You listen. Take my house. Take everything. This movie would be peak. But now, listen, it could be just Shin Samson is money. Yeah. Samson would just talk Shin Godzilla's ear off and just cause his head to explode. That would be the end of the freaking movie, dude. Talk to him about like something with Samurai Jack, about his video game knowledge, whatever the case may be. He may just talk his ear off about how good this new Superman movie is, and that would be enough to kill Shin. But I don't know, man. There's so many possibilities. It's
I mean, honestly, I don't even know if we know if Higuchi's actually even directing it. All I've heard is that they're talk. I don't even know if Toho's even confirmed it.
Yeah. It's just rumors. Or
yeah, like it's just speculation. I don't even know if it's been officially announced by Toho that they're doing a Shin 2. I think there's just been insiders that saying that they're doing it, and we don't even know who's directing it. We don't even know if it's going to be Higuchi or not again. So.
Hopefully it's not another Godzilla 3D situation.
Honestly, you know, that's funny you say that because we haven't had one of those in quite a while, actually, where they talk about something and then it never gets realized, you know, and then we're always wondering what could have been and whatever, you know, could end up something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. Be alongside the realm of American Godzilla, 1994.
Yep, exactly.
Be along the realms of many other lost Godzilla films or just rumors. Who knows? We'll see. Only time will tell.
Very true. Very true. I mean, it's obviously we'll probably see something of Godzilla Day, pertaining to -1, the sequel. So it's almost a guarantee that we'll see something, and we'll probably get the movie being released the following year. So that that's something to look forward to. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Toho actually comes out and says, yeah, we are going to do a Shin 2, and so is going to direct. Are we going to get Higuchi? Are we going to get Anno back for the score? Or to produce it with Higuchi? So. It's just a lot of unknowns. Honestly, I would love to see both of those come back and do a sequel. But I don't even know if Higuchi even had any ideas of doing a sequel, honestly. I don't know where they could go. I don't know what they could do because Shin is such a weird, obscure like version of Godzilla that it's just I don't know. It's interesting though. Or SDCC because Toho intended to. That's true, actually. They do intend to have Godzilla stuff there. So yeah, maybe we do hear something official about it next weekend, which would be a lot of fun. Which we could talk.
Who's going to be at the Super 7 signing doing autographs?
Higuchi's going to be at the Super 7 signing autographs. So, and he's supposed to be there on the panel. With everything, so I mean, maybe we're seeing something here.
They have it already laid down the table for us.
We're connecting the dots right now. We're like, we see you, Toho. We're on to you, So, but I mean, obviously, if we see that, obviously, it'd be really fun, and obviously, we'll talk about that next week in our monthly discussion where we'll be talking about G-Fest and San Diego Comic-Con, and honestly, Wonderfest is coming up next weekend also in Japan, where we get to see a lot more toy reviews and reveals that have come out for X Plus or Sofubi or model kits, whatever that kind of it's the big show for them of the year, and it happens twice a year. So it'll be a lot of fun to talk about all things conventions next week on our Kaiju Convention Conversation monthly show, honestly. So it'll be interesting. Nathaniel, I think we can all agree that King Kong Lives is the best Kaiju sequel. Enough said. Take a drink. Take a shot. Everybody take a shot. I got nothing to drink right now. I got nothing.
My soda.
I know. Colin, I don't think they can do Shin without Ano at the helm with Higuchi on special. Honestly, I agree. Yeah, it all just depends on who they get. They have to do somebody right. And yeah, I don't know who else could do it, but yeah, I think it should be them. They should do it. And and let Yamazaki do -1 the sequel, and let him kind of cook with that a little bit and everything. Space Beast's been here watching, taking shot now. Absolutely, you know the drill. Toho is leaving breadcrumbs.
Literally, dude, they're just sprinkling.
Exactly. Are we putting the little hints together right now, where we're kind of putting it together, and we're going to see something next weekend? Who knows? Wonder, what did you guys think of the Mondo SDCC colorways for Godzilla versus Hedorah? Jordan, what do you think of that? What do you think of what they released?
I'm gonna get it.
Really?
I love it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, dude. I'm mad I missed out on the first wave. But
first 2 waves, right? Has there been 2 released?
No, I think this is the only one.
Is this the second one?
Yeah, this is the second one. Yeah.
Is it? God, I thought they did another one.
It's a matter of it's going to be a thinking game now for me, dude. You're gonna, God damn it, I'll look it up afterwards. But you already know, dude. I've been on this obsession with Sofubi collecting, and I mean, agree or disagree, I feel like the most sought out Sofubi for any Sofubi collector is a Hedorah piece. That.
I was on board with you the whole statement until you said that. I was like, nope, you lost me.
You disagree with me?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so what is the most highly acclaimed sought out Sofubi figure out there in terms of kaiju?
Highly sought after.
Or one that everybody just so happens to always have.
Burning Godzilla.
Burning Godzilla over Hedorah?
Now, you can say that because everybody makes Hedorah, but not everybody's looking for a Hedorah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the one that I always see a crap ton of people either have or
promote. You're saying like how
that's like
the most
the most famous like Sofubi, like the one that is always common. So to see this specific color wave, I love how they somewhat match each other. They're both unique. I love the vibrant pink on Hedorah, and their glow in the dark. So Michelle is going to have a hard time sleeping, but I don't care because those glow in the dark Sofubis I freaking kill for. So yeah, and of course, we've praised Mondo's work with what they've been doing for Godzilla, Sofubi related, and just other products that they've shown in the past. So yeah, Celeste, I will be getting in contact with you. Christian, I will be getting in contact with you to try to get in contact with Celeste to be able to get this since she's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah.
Oh gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean it's typical with what they do. They typically announce the glow in the dark at San Diego Comic-Con. It's kind of what they do. But for me, Mondo's glow in the darks have put just a sour taste in my mouth that I'm kind of leaning away from the glow in the darks for Mondo. Like, granted, their sculpts are phenomenal. I'll get like just their normal colors, but as in like the glow in the darks, just don't do it for me.
Okay.
Because I have a couple and they just don't hit the bar that's set by every other Safubi company that can just make these suckers glow like night lights. So I tend to stay away from those glow in the dark ones now and just go for like the cool colorways. Because I actually got the first colorway
Okay.
of them, which I thought it was really cool looking. I liked the pink and the black and even I think the hints of green and stuff. So I really did dig that one. So Nathaniel, I love women, but you dudes look super sexy today. Oh baby. Well, sir, you are very welcome. Very welcome.
Yo, I freaking love Nathaniel.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We hope to see you one day in person, bro. Like, for real. Whether if it be at G Fest or any other Godzilla related convention, dude, we'd hope to see you one day in person, man.
Oh yeah, and I did hear about this that the Mondo Godzilla store will be online also. Wander also says it's 7:23 at noon Eastern time. So that'll be your time, buddy. That would be your time.
I'm gonna be at work, but I don't care.
Leslie, what's going on, man? Hey, dudes, quick question. Did any of y'all pick up the new 70 Years of Godzilla book that everyone has been talking about lately? Which was the one that was at G-Fest that Showcase Daikaiju was selling. It's the big orange one with Godzilla -1 face on it.
Yes.
Yep, and was it Steve Rifle and Ed? I don't know his name. I'm not going to butcher it. So Ed something.
Ed. It sounds like Godzilla, but it's not.
Yeah. They were signing autographs there and stuff for it. Did you pick it up, Jordan?
Oh, dude, I didn't even see that book over there. I didn't get a chance to see it. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know that was a book.
So, coincidentally,
of course,
I did not pick this up at G-Fest.
Okay,
but coincidentally, it so happened to hit my bookstore a couple days after, and I wasn't meaning to grab it, but. Okay. I got it nonetheless because actually I got it for a lot cheaper. So I just went ahead and grabbed it. So I actually did grab this big bad boy. This thing is super thick, hardcover. And yeah, it's a big boy. It's a big chungus. So it's so check out your local bookstores because it is probably hitting shelves right now.
I have a question. Why is it trapped?
Why is it wrapped?
Yeah, why is it trapped? Not even wrapped. Why is it trapped?
Because it likes its blanket right now. Okay, it likes its blanket. It's good. It's comfortable right now. It's comfortable.
A book that you're not even going to read. You're just going to leave it like that.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently that book has completely ignored the MonsterVerse films. What's your thoughts on that? Oh, I didn't know that. I'll be honest, that's a crying shame. Because without the MonsterVerse, we would not have this influx of Godzilla material and merchandise and all this stuff. That we would not have it. I will die on that hill. I will fight anybody who disbelieves that or wants to argue that opinion because there is no argument. That is facts that the MonsterVerse did that, and you can't say otherwise. And honestly, you could even go a step further and say Pacific Rim was even one of those catalysts that started it also. And you could even keep taking a step further, which we've talked about numerous times on the Monster with Attitude channel, where you could even throw in Cloverfield, kind of getting that spark, that ember to realized that America can do kaiju films. So yeah, I mean that is a whole new and long conversation we could have, but yeah, that is kind of a travesty, honestly. I didn't know that kind of sucks, because it is part of the lore, it's part of the history, it's literally bringing new audiences, new viewers, and everybody around the world new eyes to Godzilla, and they're loving it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a crying shame. What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah, dude, you couldn't have said it any better. I've told you guys multiple stories from back when I used to work in under the schooling programs. That the MonsterVerse Godzilla is every kid's nowadays favorite Godzilla. It's their introduction to Godzilla. It's what piques their interest to want to learn more about the in-depth history of Godzilla. So it doesn't surprise me that Toho would do stuff like that, because they have done it quite often for a few years. And it's funny, during the Godzilla Invades New York Comic-Con panel with Takashi Yamazaki, and they showcased that 7-year Godzilla tribute video. The video was amazing. What really got the audience reaction to that tribute was when they showcased the MonsterVerse. The aura that was in that room once they saw the 2014 Godzilla movie revealing the tribute, everybody just lost their shit. I was like, whoa. Because I mean, like I said, Eric, earlier, you couldn't have said it any better. It is disrespect, not only to just MonsterVerse Godzilla, but the Godzilla legacy in and of itself. If you're gonna try to commemorate or make any tribute acknowledgement to Godzilla's history, that is a part of it. You know, you guys know I crap on this all the time. I would even, unfortunately, also had to mention 98, because without that, we wouldn't have had the push.
Very true.
You know, what we would get
Very
later
true.
on as years progressed, you know. So, yeah, it's sad that they.
So I do want to show this on the back. So it does stay exclusive behind the scenes photos, material, posters, blah, 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 from the Showa, Heisei, Millennium, animated works, Shin Godzilla, and Academy Award winning Godzilla -1. There is no MonsterVerse mentioned in this book. So, like Leslie just stated, to me, the book is not the definitive 70 years book if the MonsterVerse isn't even acknowledged, in my opinion. And I highly, highly agree with you. There is no shade. We are throwing no shade at the people who wrote this or anything like that. They did a tremendous job, I'm sure. A lot of hard work, a lot of research. That's great. That's awesome. But we wouldn't be here without the 98 film, like you just mentioned, Jordan. We wouldn't be here without the MonsterVerse. Those are included in the Godzilla lore, and they should be included in this book. Even if it makes this book 2 times thick as it is, who cares? It needs to be in it. And that's what if you want to do the definitive book, that's what it needs to be. It needs to have everything in it, from all the animated stuff, the cartoons, the animes, all of that stuff. Everything needs to be included if you want the definitive book of Godzilla, and claiming that it's the definitive book of Godzilla. So I highly agree, Leslie. That kind of sucks. I didn't know about that, honestly. Obviously, I bought this before knowing about it and stuff, and I'm so glad I have it. You know, I still, want something that's, pretty cool, and it looks like a lot of great material and info, but that does suck that MonsterVerse is not in it. So.
Maybe that just convinced Eric even more to not even just unravel it through the platform.
Yeah, now he's really gonna stay sealed. And Ray, you ain't wrong. Maybe they couldn't get permission from Legendary to do it. That could be an issue. because obviously, you know, when you go into this kind of stuff, there's a lot of red tape that you have to get around and swim through, honestly, to get some of this stuff in physical media material, all that kind of stuff. So maybe they just couldn't do it or didn't want to do it or something. I don't know. Boy, Leslie, boy, this will create an interesting conversation to say the least.
Most
absolutely. Absolutely. And I think maybe Leslie, you need to start that conversation.
Yeah.
And get the wheels turning, because would love to hear it. Yeah, or Ray, like you said, or maybe Toho didn't want it and they just wanted to do all of their stuff. But if it says animated works in here, and if this has anything to do with like Hanna-Barbera, that would be a kind of a low blow, honestly. But who knows? Maybe they didn't do the Hanna-Barbera, which is another thing that should be included in it. So, they're very surprising the Monsterverse would be included, since you can see some of its influencing on a few -1s. Absolutely. And honestly, like with what GVK did to get people back into theaters and be one of the hottest movies during the COVID pandemic, and to get people out there going back to theaters, watching it on stream. It was one of the most successful movies of that time, if not the most successful. And it literally saved theaters. Another hot take, but fight me if you think I'm wrong. But you know, it saved theaters, and people were going back to see this kind of stuff. And then a couple of years later, we even get another movie that even outdoes the previous one. Say what you will about the movie, if it's corny, if it's campy, if it's off the wall, it's all that stuff. But it was the highest grossing Monsterverse film / US Godzilla movie ever made. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that speaks volumes. Then, you know, at that, and that just helped push -1 to get the notoriety and the eyeballs all on it, because it was Godzilla. It had the same name. It was the same creature, just a different take on it. People were watching it.
It's crazy with GVK. I remember renting out an entire movie theater for that movie during the pandemic, and the way how I don't remember what theater it was, but their policy was, if you were to rent out a movie, only if you are granted that movie to watch, that's it. But nobody else would be allowed to rent out that movie during the same time. That would be it for just that one day. I went collecting everybody's payments, because dude, renting out the theater was cheap.
Oh yeah. They were like, please rent out a theater from us.
Yes, dude. So I go there, I'm collecting everybody's payments, I'm passing out their tickets, and I'm looking at like everybody else that's coming to the theater. They are literally barging in to only want to watch one movie. And it just so happened to be Godzilla versus Kong, and there were a few other people that wanted to rent it out. So that same day, during the movie's initial debut, they changed their policies, because everybody was only buying tickets to watch GVK, nothing else.
Exactly. Yeah. And I want to point this out first. Ray says maybe they have a separate book eventually coming about non-Toho Godzilla. Yeah, I know I'm grasping at straws. You never know. I mean, fingers crossed. That would be actually really fun and awesome to do just a non-Toho Godzilla book, which would be really, I think, special and different, honestly. And then Leslie, if there was a legal issue why the Monsterverse wasn't included, then a little note in the book from the authors explaining that would be suffice. But this book makes the Monsterverse never existed BS. So, yeah. So yeah, unless they note that in the book where they couldn't get the rights or anything. Obviously, I haven't read this book and whatever. I don't know if it says anything like that. But if they acknowledge it, that would be one thing, because they're like, okay, well, we couldn't get the rights or we couldn't make a deal before making this book, so we just, leapfrogged that era and we just kind of went to the others. That would be okay, and maybe later on we will get another book, like Ray said. But if they say nothing about it whatsoever, and just completely just ignore it, that's kind of a crying shame.
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
I do like the Monsterverse. It's a lot of fun, and it did bring relevance back to Godzilla, honestly. So, but and Nathaniel agrees.
Mm-hmm. Leslie should have been on this show.
Oh god. Well, other than that, I don't. If anybody else has anything else to talk about, man, we've already been rambling for an hour and 16 minutes here. Didn't even feel like it, because once you get going on these topics, you can
dude, it just going. Man.
Just snowballs, man. So, like I said, if anybody else has anything else that I want to talk about real quick before we get out of here, throw it in the chat. If not, we'll say goodbye for this week, and we will see you guys next week for our monthly show, which is entitled Kaiju Convention Conversations, like I mentioned earlier. And we're going to talk about G-Fest and our experience at G-Fest. We're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con, because that's coming up next weekend, and also be talking about and showcasing stuff from Wonderfest in Japan. Which is always a lot of fun, because we get to see all the new stuff that's coming out from X Plus, which is always a lot of fun. That's kind of the go-to, I guess, toy company, honestly. So that's what we're always kind of looking to see what they do. But I will be honest, right now, I think X Plus is kind of on the hot seat right now. Not getting a lot of love, not getting a lot of positivity in their way. So they need to definitely turn it around. And maybe it's because they're associated with certain people, not really sure. But I think they really need to, have a positive spin and really kind of wow us at Wonderfest and make people want to go and buy their stuff. And that's their first choice of buying stuff. Because let's be honest, we are all, for the most part, all of us are X Plus collectors. We love X Plus. They do great stuff. So they definitely need to wow us to turn their tainted image kind of around right now.
Yeah.
Kind of getting a bad rep. Right now. So, Colin, can't wait to see all the new kits. Oh, dude. Oh, talk to this guy. He's been bit by the kit bug, So he's already feeling it, dude. And I'm right there with you. I'm a kit collector. I love kits, so seeing this stuff is always a lot of fun. So
yeah. I'll send you a picture, Colin, of what I got at G-Fest. It's 2 kits. So
yeah. X Plus needs to do a damn Mega Gyarus. That would be huge, dude. If they did that Black Dragon Mega Gyarus that was just released, and you saw pictures like at G-Fest, dude, that would oh man. Dang. So, but yeah, I think that'll be it for us. Thank you all for watching. Also like to shout out Super 7. We're affiliated with Super 7. So please go to super7.com/monsters with attitude 2024. It's right here down on the banner. It's also in the corner way over there. We're a part of their affiliate program. So please go check out the website. Use this link, buy under our names. We would really appreciate it. It helps us do more giveaways for the channel. And it's, we're just giving this stuff to you guys. So we would really do appreciate it. So please go shop there, spend all your money. Go check out all the Super 7 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive stuff, because that's a lot of fun. They've got a lot of stuff going on there. They've already teased a bunch. There's probably more to come. So definitely keep a lookout for that. Follow us on all of our socials. Click on our link tree in our bio for all of our socials. You'll find links to everything. You'll even find a link to the Super 7 website for us. It's a little thing that's wiggling around, flashing, doing its thing, little dance, making a little love, getting down tonight kind of thing. So click on that thing, and it'll transport you right there to that website. So yeah, just keep an eye out on all of our socials. We've been posting a lot of G-Fest pictures. That's been a lot of fun. Just reminiscing about that. We just started a new thing on our YouTube channel where we're doing the MWA Collectible Corner, which is a 1 to 3 minute little figure reviews, physical media reviews of anything that we just find laying around the house that we're going to do a quick review of. We're going to throw it on our shorts, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Done a couple already that I recorded, and same thing with Adrian. So it'd be fun to kind of throw out some quick reviews on certain things. It's not even going to be Godzilla and Tokusatsu. It could be, Power Rangers. It could be Digimon. It could be anime. It could be comic books, whatever we want. We're just going to throw it on there and just do quick reviews and stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, check us on all of our socials. Jordan, you got anything left to say before we get out of here?
Other than just, hoping that you guys had a great time in tonight's show. Yeah, sure, the rest of the gang couldn't be here, but hey, listen, I feel like me and Eric killed it.
Oh,
come on, look at that. That's what I'm saying. We were Scott Hall and Kevin Nash just killing it. That's it. It was just too sweet.
Too sweet, baby.
Of course, we wouldn't be able to be this abrasive without you guys in the chat, just making this show a lot more fun, coming up with multiple questions. So I commend each and every single one of you guys. And as Eric mentioned, make sure to follow us on all of our socials. Check us out, support us, spread the word. If you know somebody that'd be interested, go ahead, let them know, have them subscribe. It would definitely mean a lot to us. And stay tuned until next week.
Absolutely. And of course, like always, before we go, please remember to embrace the attitude.
Embrace the attitude.
Good night, everybody.